In this video, let's explore the action when Power Virtual Agents calls a flow and what are the different type of actions that are available which you can use to call a flow from your Copilot Studio agent. Now, I've done a previous video where I independently created a flow in Microsoft Power Automate and I consumed that flow in Copilot Studio. Now, as you see this icon, and this talks about Power Virtual Agent, which was an earlier name of Copilot Studio. Now, this action still exists. Can we use that? Let's find that out. Now, before we go into that area of exploration, I just wanted to show you that there is something called as in a modern interface when an agent calls the flow, respond to Copilot. Now, this is the action which you should use and Power Virtual Agent you should not use it because that's basically for an older agent which you might have created maybe a couple of years back. Now, this interface in a modern look of Power Automate looks like this, but then if you open this in a classic Power Automate flow, it will look something like this, and both are one and the same thing. So don't get confused with this. You have this icon, Microsoft 365 icon, run a flow from Copilot, and then you have respond to Copilot. Now this is one and the same thing. If you open this in a modern interface, it will look something like this. So that's first thing to keep in mind. Now, shifting our focus to when Power Virtual Agents call a flow. Now, what is the difference between this? Now, there are two type of actions when Power Virtual Agents call a flow and when a Power Virtual Agents call a flow V2. We will look into the difference between what is the difference between these particular action. One thing to note, it only accepts text, boolean and number as an input. However, the one which we explored before, if you see over here, it accepts text, boolean, file, email, number, and date. So it is wise to use this particular action compared to when a Power Virtual Agent triggers a flow. Now, when an agent calls the flow, if you use a skills action, which is the action which you're supposed to use, you will be able to select five different data types of input parameter and five different types of output parameter. Now, if you use when Copilot Studio calls a flow from Power Virtual Agent, then you will be able to only use three data types. Now, as you see over here, when Copilot Studio calls a flow and it returns value to Power Virtual Agent, the output which you get over here is the input parameter which you have used within your application, and then there is a body. However, if you use the output parameters from when Power Virtual Agents call a flow, here also you will be able to see something called as a body. Now let's explore this particular topic. Okay, so now the topic is basically I have an agent over here, the Copilot Studio agent. So let me leave this. So I have a Copilot Studio agent over here, and within that Copilot Studio agent, I'm going to call a flow. Now, there are multiple ways to create a flow. One is you go into the home, and then from here you click on workflow, and then you specify how you want to build your workflow. You describe the steps of the task or the process you want to automate. Another way to create a flow is by clicking on flows and clicking on new agent flows, and then you get a designer interface, and then from here you can start creating your flow. So that's the second option. Now, the third option is once you're within an agent, so take for example, if you're within say one of the agent, you navigate to topic and you basically create a new topic or edit an existing topic. And then from there, you can click on plus, add a tool, and then you click on new agent flow. And then this is how you can create an agent flow. Now, what if you have a team who does only Power Automate stuff and they only have access to Power Automate? They don't know anything about Copilot Studio and they build flow over there. Yes, you have an option to build that independently as well. So you first create a solution. So I have a solution created over here. And then from here, I'll click on new and I will go into automation cloud flow, and then I'll click on automated. Now, when I create this automated flow, I will not pick up the skill option. I will pick up the older option for Power Virtual Agent and see whether that works with the current Copilot Studio agent or not. Now, I'll not pick up anything from here. I'll just click on skip, and it will open the Power Automate canvas for you to build. Now, if I would have used the modern flow, I would have used skills, and skills give you 5 or 6 different input and output data type parameters. I will use Power Virtual Agent. This is the older one, which was used in tandem with the Power Virtual Agent when the Copilot Studio was named as Power Virtual Agent. We used to use this. Now let's see if that works with Copilot Studio or not. So I click on Power Virtual Agents, and then you get trigger when Power Virtual Agent call a flow, and then you have written value to Power Virtual Agent. So let's go ahead and use this. Now, if I click on See More, I get to see only one option. Now, actions, return value to Power Virtual Agent. So this is the trigger. So we'll first add a trigger, add an input. You get 3 different data types to choose from. Click on New, and then here I will return the value. So return value, and when you type in return value, you will be able to see various items. So return value to Power Virtual Agents, which I'm going to pick. And again, here the output is of 3 different data types. Now, let me name this flow. Let me give an output parameters. Basically, I will just say out, and I will put the value as cricket, comma, netball, comma, baseball, and I'll click on save. Now I can go ahead and name this flow. I'll say get non-Olympic sport. Click on save. Now remember, this is the old interface in Power Automate. So I have used the classic control when Power Virtual Agents call a flow and return value to Power Virtual Agent. Now I'll go back. Once I go back, I will click on get non-Olympic sports. Now it will open this flow in a modern interface. You can directly click on or maybe change the query string to v3 equal to true, and then it will open in modern interface. However, I just navigate back and then click on edit, and then this flow will be opened in a modern interface. Now, as you see, again, this is that same control. You click over here, you click on return value to Power Virtual Agent. If I click on plus again, I will just type in return value, and here you will see Power Virtual Agents. Click on See More, and this is the Power Virtual Agents. Now again, you can go ahead and remove the trigger as well. So from here, I'll just delete the trigger, click OK, add a trigger when Power Virtual Agents call a flow. Now if you see over here, you see Power Virtual Agents call a flow. So I'll just click on add a trigger, and here you will see Power Virtual Agents calls a flow. This operation establishes a connection to Power Virtual Agent. So you have V1 and V2 as well. So I'll just click on V2, and here if I click on add an input, again it has 3 data types, so there is nothing much difference over there, except for it outputs a different JSON value. Now, okay, once your Power Virtual Agents flow is ready, you can click on return value to Power Virtual Agent. This is the output parameter which we are going to send, and then I'm good with this. I will click on publish. Now we will see whether we will be able to use this particular uh, flow or not. Now it says the Power Flows logic app flow template was invalid. The recurrence property of template at line 0 is not defined. Okay, so let me close this again. Let me delete this. Let me click on close, add a trigger, and now we're going to add agent calls a flow, publish. And once this is published, let's go into one of the agent, and here If you have recently published a Power Automate flow, I would advise you to refresh the screen. And then once the screen is refreshed, you navigate to the agent, you navigate to a specific topic from which you're going to call a Power Automate flow, which you have just built. Now, remember, we built using the Power Virtual Agent trigger and action. Now, this is the topic. Let's click on Add a Node, and under Add a Tool, here you can see that get non-Olympic sport. Now, if I click on get non-Olympic sport, it has an output parameter, because remember we have added this as an output parameter. So it is going to return you the output parameter, and then you can use that within your flow. So it has written an output parameter of a string data type, and then from here you can consume that and send a message to the end user using that output variable. So you click on insert variable, and you can utilize that output variable and send this back response to the end user. So this is how you can basically use a Power Automate flow in Copilot Studio. But this time in the Power Automate flow, we have made use of Power Virtual Agent actions and not Copilot Studio action. Now, ideally, in your agent development process, you shouldn't use that, because that's for the older agents. If you want to use it, you have something called as a skill. So if you type in skill, you will see under skills respond to the agent, and same, you have a trigger for an agent as well. Now there are other actions and control which is specific for some action within Copilot Studio. It should not be get confused with the scaffolding which an flow is created with while creating an agent flow. Now, there are various Copilot actions like the Microsoft Security Copilot, which you see over here. It has got three actions. Now, if I close this and click on add an action, then I get to see other Copilot related actions like Copilot for finance, Copilot for sales, and then you have Microsoft Copilot Studio. So Microsoft Copilot Studio has various actions. Now, this is only an action which basically either trigger an agent and get the response back, or perform some test runs or test sets or evaluate an agent. It will not help you in getting into the scaffolding part of triggering a flow and returning the value to the flow. So that's it, folks. This is how we have successfully experimented that we can use a Power Virtual Agents flow within our agent, and then we can call that flow through an agent topic and get the return value back. Thanks for watching.